Hey, how's everybody doing today? Back again. You see what the title is. Let me just hop right into it. First off, I'm going to review the Avengers movie. It was very good. I'm just saying that. I'm going to review it, have a little bit of spoilers, not really anything bad. You don't have to turn off this video. And then I'm going to address the whole Christopher Nolan leaking the Avengers movie. Now, this is a big beef between the Avengers and the Dark Knight Rises. Now, this actually started, believe it or not, because it started with MTV. MTV is owned by Viacom, and Viacom owned by Paramount. And so it's a subsidiary. So when MTV's reviewing these, they came out with like 3 articles. And of course, they're going to be for the Avengers because their parent company is the one that's distributing the movie. So they did. That was one. That was strike one. Strike two was the Dark Knight trailer. The Dark Knight Rises trailer was supposed to be in the Avengers, and it is now. But it was. I heard it was a big fight, big argument about that. And then the online Batman being released, like 15-minute footage from Comic-Con and all of that. That was strike 3. That was it, you know. And here's the thing about Nolan. He, his brother has a show. He also does TV and movies and stuff. It's called Personal Interest. So they're like, it's a show about the government spying on people with this machine, kind of, and they're getting, I watch it all the time. I like both of their work. But the thing is that, and I'm not going to snitch on anybody in this video, and I'm not going to tell you how. Don't ask me how I saw the movie, where to go to see it. A lot of people in tutorials and stuff, they tell on themselves. And then even a lot of, like, hackers, even rappers and rap video, they tell on themselves, and stuff can be used that's incriminating. So I'm not going to incriminate myself or anybody that is on my team, basically. But here's the thing. For the music industry, leaking artist albums the music industry does. If you don't believe that, then you're crazy. And, I'm not going to say who or where. I'll give you an example. I'll just give you a bunch of examples. I'm going to leave a lot of stuff blank. But those of you who are smart, you can pretty much fill in the blank. First of all, downloading movies and music is a big thing. They lose a lot of money when you do that. So even now, if you download, there's certain people who are paid hackers. If you think you're downloading like your Carter 4 or the Expendables 2, just 2 examples, you may get a virus. And they write these viruses to F you up and F up everybody in your address book. So, it's a billion-dollar industry. You don't think they would pay $10,000 to save, hundreds of millions of dollars that they would get from the box office? That's crazy. Of course they would. So, you got 2 sides. A, the anti-piracy, people trying to stop you from downloading movies and music, and they have these viruses, they have these accounts. They actually hack other hackers' accounts. So you think, okay, well, this person's got a quality. I don't want to say too much, but certain people on these downloaded sites have, like, great feedback of having great quality. But if those sites get hacked, then, you would think that this particular person, let's just say, we'll call him the Overlord or something, which is the CIA name for Facebook, but just as an example, you would think that the Overlord has a great feedback. So, okay, I'm going to download his movie, this great quality, and then get a virus. And then the other thing, and they'll use that virus, like I showed on my last movie, to sell your identity, anything you put on your computer, basically, Social Security, anything they can get their hands on. But tying it back to this Avengers movie, it was thought that the actual Nolan's camp leaked the Avengers. I'm going to tell you why. It's other proof, it's hard evidence that I have, but if I go into the hard evidence, I would be kind of telling on myself and other people. So here's the proof we have is from Nolan. If you go to one of these popular download sites, you click on the Avengers cam, it says in the cam, okay, well, this movie sucks. I'm going to save my money for The Dark Knight Rises. Those are the first, if you look at the first 5 or 6 comments, they're usually from the people who uploaded the video. So these people obviously have a bias. They're for The Dark Knight. They're all saying Nolan rules, and they're calling him his incognito name, his AKA name, and like they know that. And for them to know, I mean, you have fans, but I mean, most people, the Avengers and Batman, it's not that different. So you're not going to support one movie and just bash the other. And this movie was good. Even the download of this movie was good. So for them to say this movie sucked, I'm going to put it up for free, no way I'm spending $25. And that's another thing. The Avengers is going to be in 3D. The Dark Knight Rises, I don't think it is. I'm not sure yet. But any 3D movie is automatically going to generate more than a non-3D, because a 3D ticket costs anywhere from $12 to $25, where you can get a regular ticket for $8. So if you get 1 million people to go with the $25 ticket, that's 25 million. You get 1 million people to go with the $8 ticket, that's 8 million. So already people are saying Avengers is going to be one of the biggest movies of the year. So then it gets leaked online a week before it comes out. And I'm telling you, this is just a thing of how it started with James Cameron. They started really, I would say, well, not James Cameron, I would just say the Avatar team. Because here's the other thing. You got $1 billion movie that over the next 5 years is going to make $1 billion. You have powers that be that are involved with that. I mean, even look at the Avengers. That's really Marvel's owned by Disney. And they just flopped with that. They just lost $250 million on that. Jonah Heck, whatever that movie is called, whatever, they lost $250. That was the biggest flop in history. So they are hurting for money now. So yeah, obviously The Dark Knight is probably going to leak too before, I would say that, because you can't just do something like that and that's cool. But I don't think Nolan himself leaked it, even though he is known in the community to be kind of a hacker type dude, him and his brother. But I don't think I think the powers that be associated to him did. That's my 2 cents. And let me get into this Avengers review real quick. All right, first off, the Avengers, good movie. Iron Man, he did his thing. Yeah, that's my little Iron Man. It's my little arc light. You like that, don't you? All right. And by the way, I'm going to get it to my nephew, so I'm not just buying that for me. I know it's kind of weird for a grown man to be having. But anyway, getting along, the Avengers was great. I would say the Hulk stole the movie. It was funny. The Hulk was funny. You know, Iron Man, Tony Stark, of course, he's going to be funny. But the Hulk, they did. Like, if I made this movie, I always said that. And even looking at the cartoons or whatever, they never really used it. See, the Hulk can't die. He gets stronger. The madder he also gets bigger too. And you know, they really use that this movie. And you know, he wants to fight everybody. Once the fight is over, he wants to keep going. They poke fun at that at the movie. I'm just gonna tell you one part, so you know I really saw it. But it was him and Thor were getting into it, kind of fight. You know, they kind of smoothed it over. But then, like, towards the end of the movie, like, Thor is, like, getting beat up, and the Hulk just comes out, knocks the dude over, and Thor is, like, behind him, like, yeah, good job. And the Hulk kind of looks around, like, okay, it's nobody else. And then he just punches Thor, and Thor just goes flying out. So, you know, they had that cartoon element to it. The graphics were definitely there. I say it's definitely worth dropping $25 and seeing this movie in 3D. It's definitely worth it. In The Dark Knight, I mean, man, you know, I did other videos which is going to be the biggest of 2012, and I would say that if, you know, The Dark Knight wants to go to these kind of grimy, like, tactics, then I might just boycott that movie just for them doing this to the Avengers. That's just dirty. It's just certain stuff you don't do. You don't cross the line. You don't put out music to be downloaded or virus infested. When that happens, then that makes me want to, kind of get involved in that. But, I'm staying the sidelines, not telling on myself, this is not admissible as evidence. This is only hearsay. So, but like I said, the Avengers, great movie. Definitely go and see it. And I also did a question with all the action from the trailer being the movie. Definitely not. Definitely. They took this in different directions I would have never even thought of. And there is one casualty in the movie. I'm not going to say who. There is one casualty in the movie, and you don't see it coming. You can't guess who it is. You can comment and try, but you won't know. Definitely go and see it. It's funny. It's everything I would do if I was directing it. As a fan, as a guy who watched every single movie, cartoon, Hollywood version, whatever, I watched everyone. The Avengers, they really did their thing quality-wise, and it made sense. The action made sense. Action just wasn't happening. Stuff was set up. All the loose ends pretty much were tied up. The way I like a movie, but then they left room for more of these movies to happen. And they had a good, don't trust your government theme to the movie. So, take it easy.